NVIDIA just released their Q1 earnings report and they beat on revenue and earnings per share. Revenue came in at $26 billion, which is up 262% year over year, and earnings per share came in at $6.12, up 629% year over year. The stock also issued a 10-for-1 stock split, and the stock's up 5.9% in the after hours. Let's see how it opens up tomorrow, but this is huge. Data center revenue was up 22.6 billion dollars for the quarter, which was up 427%. So these are huge numbers. A lot of companies are continuing to spend on NVIDIA's AI chips. We were a little worried about what's known as the Osborne effect because NVIDIA announced their stronger and more capable Blackwell chips, which is even more advanced than the current Grace Hopper chips. So we thought some companies would sit back and wait until the Blackwell chips come to market later this year. Although that didn't really seem to happen that much, there's still tons of growth and demand for NVIDIA's H100 and H200 Grace Hopper chips. So the fear of the Osborne effect of companies waiting back for those more capable and more advanced Blackwell chips, that didn't seem to happen as much. And that's good news because the demand for AI is so much. People want to get the H100 and H200 chips, even if they're a couple years old. So that's good news. And the markets were a little bit nervous before NVIDIA's report today. We had the Fed minutes come out, and the markets took a little bit of a breather today because they're pretty much saying that interest rates might have to be higher for longer and that there's a possibility we may have to hike interest rates again. But however, this is still data. This was data before the April CPI inflation report, and honestly, I think this could be ignored in my opinion, but the markets took a breather because I think they were more nervous about NVIDIA's numbers. And since NVIDIA beat on both revenue and earnings per share and did pretty well, and especially that 10-for-1 stock split, that's huge. NVIDIA should do pretty well lifting the market up tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. And I also wanted to say that another reason I think the stock market declined today was that the volatility index, the VIX, hit a level of 12. And that's pretty much shows the calm in the market. So we were right for a little bit of a small sell-off today because the markets have done so well the past couple of weeks. There was a renewed sense of calm, the lowest VIX number since 2019, before even COVID. And then I also wanted to talk to crypto. It looks like the Ethereum spot ETF will likely get approved. It looks like the SEC is doing a 180. It seemed like they had a negative stance towards a spot Ethereum ETF approval, but according to Eric Balchunas from Bloomberg, he's an ETF analyst, he flipped those odds to 75%. It looks like that's more likely right now, and it also looks like the reason why I think that is it looks like the SEC is working more with the ETF issuers to trying to pretty much have them last minute submit any changes in their 19b4 applications, and a lot of that, the major changes for that pretty much is to remove staking language and stuff like that. But these ETF issuers are really scrambling last minute so that they could submit their updated applications before the deadline. That's good news. And then one other good thing for crypto is that the FIT21 legislation, it's a comprehensive legislation for crypto, just passed the House today in a bipartisan manner, and it seemed like we got 71 Democratic votes. There's a renewed push now in the Democratic Party now, pretty much going in line with the GOP, because the GOP has been pretty pro-crypto the past few months and even the past few years, and there's been a lot of pressure ahead of the elections because crypto could be a single policy issue for some people. And so there was a renewed push, and they passed this legislation today in the House, and that's probably why the SEC was more accommodating towards approving the spot Ethereum ETF products. So this is pretty good news and optimism for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and crypto in general. And I think the market should do well the rest of the week between this great crypto news and the NVIDIA's news in terms of the AI demand, which will lead to strong productivity gains in the economy and market for the next few years and perhaps next decade to come.